everyone, welcome back. It's been a little bit since we put any videos up, and I'm sorry about that. It was a little overwhelming doing a whole week's worth of videos, and we needed a little break. Also, it was Thanksgiving, and people had babies, and I was running all around, and so was Lisa. So, today is December 16th, and for some of us that is a very special day because it is Jane Austen's birthday. She would have been 240 today. She was born in 1775, which is pretty amazing that she was born so many years ago and we still love and revere her writing today, and it's still relevant to us. So we thought we'd do a couple of videos for her birthday. We're not going to do a whole week's worth of things because that is, like I said, a little overwhelming because we have busy schedules, but we thought we'd do a couple. Our first one today, I'm going to introduce you to my Jane Austen collection. Kind of have some different books out here than you're used to seeing in the background. And I just wanted to introduce you to all of my good friends. They are in alphabetical order. You can probably guess like what'll be first. But that's Emma. This copy doesn't really have any special story. I think I got it at Half Price Books. It's obviously was used before. I do have an Emma approved sticker from the show, the YouTube series Emma Approved, which I haven't watched yet. Love those, anything by those people. The next one we have is Lady Susan, the Watsons and Sanditon all together. It's a Penguin classic. I, as I've said before, love Lady Susan. I haven't read the Watsons or Sanditon yet. It's one of those things where they're really short, and I know they're not her best work, but also if I don't read them, then it's like her books, like she hasn't finished writing books, you know? There's still some waiting for me. So I'm just saving those, I don't know, to my deathbed or something. Then we've got Mansfield Park. This is a Signet Classic edition. There's no special story behind this one. And I've got another Penguin Classic. It's Northanger Abbey. This one looks pretty pristine. Like I've never even cracked the spine. I might not have actually read this one. I might have read a different copy. This is my favorite Jane Austen. This is Persuasion. This was actually a library copy. You can see where we've withdrawn it from the catalog. And the cover was falling apart, so I just took it off because I kind of like this gray matte cover. The copy that I've read the most is this Bantam Classic, and you can see I've got some post-it notes in it, and it's all written in. I bought this one when I went to tour TCU, where I later decided to go to college, and I bought it in one of the Barnes & Nobles nearby. And I've got it underlined and highlighted because I used it for different classes that I read it in. And that's my special one. This one was donated to the library, and I thought it was hilarious, and so I grabbed it. This is a Magnum Easy Eye Larger Type for Easy Reading edition from 1968. And as you can see, it has a lovely 1960s vibe to it. We've got a golden sunset, and I guess this is Captain Wentworth in the background, and here we've got Anne with massive amounts of like Dynasty era eyeshadow, which even if people, you know, wealthy, well-to-do young ladies had been wearing eyeshadow in those days, I do not think Anne Elliot would have been rocking it. This one is one of the Barnes & Noble classic editions that have just had the most beautiful covers, and this is the complete 7 novels, and this was given to me by one of my kids at the library for my birthday a couple years ago, and it's hefty. Like, I could take someone out with this. Zombie apocalypse book there. That starts the first of my many, many, many copies of Pride and Prejudice, so settle in. We're going to go through all of them, ones that I have here with me. We're going to start with the Marvel graphic novel of Pride and Prejudice, which, I'm going to be honest, I did not love. But I love the cover. The cover's great. It looks like a Cosmo or a teen magazine or something. I'm not crazy about the art inside, though, and I'm not crazy about the adaptation. We have this really fun marbled box holding another marbled edition of Pride and Prejudice that I got at a used bookstore in St. Louis, or outside St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, I really like this one. It smells really good, too, if you like old book smells. I was looking at things earlier, and I can't really remember. I think this one was a gift as well. It's a really old edition. There's a really romanticized portrait of Jane Austen inside, which is not really what she looks like. Oh, I don't know when this edition is from. It's a Literary Book Club Classics edition, which is beautiful. The next one was another half-price books purchase. This is a Norton Critical edition, so it was obviously a college textbook, and it is highly annotated. Whoever had this before, she or he wrote all over it. I'm going to go with a she from the handwriting style, and she's got it all marked up, different inks and highlights, and it's really fun to look at her notes and stuff like that. It was one of those, do you really need another copy of Pride and Prejudice? And then I flipped through it and I was like, yeah, I need this one. This copy is another Penguins Classic Deluxe edition. It's beautiful. It has some French flaps, and it has this awesome black and white monochromatic cover. It was a blog giveaway, and I just signed up for the giveaway, and I got it. I was very excited. I love the illustrations because you see the Darcy silhouette stepping on Elizabeth's hem. And she's like, what the what? The next couple aren't super impressive. They're both, we've got a Penguin English Library and a Wordsworth Classics. They were just donations at the library, and I was fully into my swing of obsessive collecting of Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, and I just took them home. These next two I got, and I'm going to start making a tradition of doing this, is as long as I'm collecting them, I might as well have a theme to go with. I got these on my trip to Iceland last year. So this copy, it's just really, it's got a really neat leather feel, and it's got a word cloud on it of different words that are common in it, and some different quotes. For what do we live but to make sport for our neighbors and laugh at them in our turn. A person may be proud without being vain. Happiness in marriage is entirely a matter of chance. A most disagreeable, horrid man, not at all worth pleasing. That one's in English, so it's an English edition. This one, though, is in Icelandic, and I don't read Icelandic at all. So I had to glance through them when I was in the store and had to find some of them, you know, the names and things. So Netherfield Park is in English, so I was like, oh, Netherfield Park, I know what that is, I'm buying this one. And it's really pretty, I like the color scheme. I've got another, what is this one? Oh, this one has this is the companion volume to the BBC A&E presentation, which is, you know, the 1995 Colin Firth, Jennifer L. Eel, I don't know how to say her name, version, which I really love. It's got this nice green and gold cover. This is the Lizzie Bennet Diaries version, or edition, that I got for being a backer of the Lizzie Bennet Diaries Kickstarter campaign. And it took forever for it to get in. If you were part of that Kickstarter campaign, you know how long we waited. But it was worth it. It's really, really cute. It's got a foreword by Hank Green. This one was a publisher giveaway at TLA, Texas Library Association conference one year. And it's just gorgeous. They had some new... So this is Splinter's classic line. It's just, this one's got some French flaps too. With some writing inside. I don't know what that was. And on the back it says, you must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. I also have this one, thank goodness, was another donation to the library because if I was buying these, I would be just completely out of money. So thank you to whoever donated this to the library. This is the beautifully cloth-bound Penguins Classic. I should count how many Penguins Classics I have. It's just this awesome goldenrod, these birds on it. Beautiful. It's got a little ribbon bookmark. This was the first copy I ever bought. I bought it at the Houston Public Library gigantic book sale that they have annually, and it's held in different places, but we went to one that was held in George R. Brown Convention Center, which is a giant convention center, just tables of books. It was beautiful. This one still has the spine label, and this is the one that I've written in. Not very much, actually. I've got pages bookmarked and some things underlined, and it's very well loved. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this cover art. This is my most recent copy that I got, and I was at Half Price Books again, because I'm often at Half Price Books. If you have a Half Price Books franchise in your area, you were lucky. Not all of us get to have them. And I walked by the clearance section, and this book is quite large, and it was sticking out at me, and I saw this much of it as I walked by, and I was like, oh, I know what that's going to be, and so I went back, and it's Pride and Prejudice. I have no idea what the deal is with this version. It is gigantic, as you can see. Obviously the cover has been blown up. There's Just lots of pixelation, and it's just huge. I don't know what this is about. So I had to get it because it was such an oddity. That marks, that's like 12 or 13. There's one more that I have that I loaned to a friend several years ago. And it's another edition from the 1960s, and it has the most hilarious and kind of terrifying illustrations in it ever. And I really hope I get it back one day. That was how many copies of Pride and Prejudice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then there's the missing one, which is 17. All right, moving on alphabetically. There's Sanditon, which I said earlier. This is another withdrawn library copy. But like I said, I haven't read this one. The very last one's Sense and Sensibility. This is the movie tie-in version from the Emma Thompson 95 movie. This is the first copy that I ever had, and I love it. And I love movie tie-ins, especially if you love the movie, because then they have the pictures inside. Which don't usually hold up if you have them in the library. Oh, I got this one at the Houston Public Library book sale as well. And the last book in my collection of actual Jane Austen novels is another free book giveaway that I got at TLA. This one goes with the Pride and Prejudice. They have the matching kind of theme. They had both of them. And on the back this one says, "I'm convinced that I shall never see a man whom I can really love." Same. Gorgeous. So yeah. I have a couple other books. I have some of her History of England and some of her other juvenilia, but I don't have them in with my regular collection of her novels and stuff. So that was my collection, my Jane Austen collection for Jane Austen's birthday. Happy birthday, Jane. And I will be back tomorrow with another video, and then the next day after that, I think we're going to have about 4 total. Thank you for watching. Please come back tomorrow and the next days to see the other Jane Austen videos if you love Jane Austen. And while you're here, subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, and all those other nice things you can do on YouTube. Just comment below, share it, all that kind of stuff. Okay, if you have